seminar on the same subject, that is Code of Civil Procedure, in which you are supposed to address the auditorium or the audience on the topic of temporary injunctions. How to get, how to obtain, how to procure, how to secure a temporary injunction. As all of you know, I think you will be able to tell, injunction, even though it is not defined, but injunction is an order given by the court in a temporary manner to restrain, to remedy, make a remedy, or to prevent a person or continue a person doing something. It is a temporary relief. Wherever you refer to section -C of the Code of Civil Procedure, you will be reminded of the temporary injunction. 94+C. The court in the supplementary proceeding, they can give a temporary injunction. You all know that to get an injunction, the balance of convenience, the prima facie case, and also irreparable loss if it is not given. These 3 points will be taken into consideration by the Honorable Court before issuing any temporary injunction. Maybe ad interim injunction, maybe temporary injunction, maybe mandatory injunction which compels you to do something. And ultimately, a temporary injunction may become a perpetual injunction or permanent injunction. So, order number 39, rule number 1 to 5, they deal with the so-called temporary injunctions. And from 6 to 10, they deal with the stay orders. You must be knowing the difference between an injunction and stay order. I think you are ready to discuss the same topics in the seminar without wasting much of time. I request all of you to participate in the seminar. It is Thank you very much.
Good concepts and the legal magnanimity, ubiquitous irremediable. Where there is a right, there is a remedy. An injunction is an equitable remedy where an individual is commanded by a court having authority over the individual to perform. Order 39 of this APC Civil Procedure Code 1908, which highlights the procedure to grant the temporary injunction and interlocutory orders. What is an injunction? What is injunction? According to Halsbury, who claimed that an injunction
its main purpose is to stop someone from causing serious harm to another party during the legal process. The rules for temporary injunction are found in the Civil Procedure Code 1908, and here's what they say. Section 94 +C.
Come to the last lap of this seminar. I am very happy to note that most of you fully, you have come prepared, you have taken some notes, and it is pertinent to note that most of you have cited the very landmark judgment, Dalpat Kumar versus Ramchandra, 1952, which is very clear and substantiative judgment as relates to the temporary injunctions. We all know injunction, particularly the temporary injunction, is only a preventive order, a temporary relief or a remedy. It does not determine the rights of the parties in controversy as stated by Mr. Ravi Kumar Gandhi. He spoke very well. It is only a temporary relief. What does the decree say? The decree determines the rights of the parties in controversy conclusively. Then this is only just an order. A judgment is based on the question of fact. Whenever in the CPC, whenever the judge has to decide a case, first of all, he has to see whether the question of fact is there or not. Question of fact means whether there are any witnesses to support your contention. If it is a promissory case, whether anybody attested the promissory, whether this man has signed on it or not, whether you have taken the receipt or not. These are all the questions of fact or issues of fact as per Article 14. Then comes the question of law. or the issue of law. Issue of law means whether first of all he has to decide whether it is a legally enforceable debt or not. Till yesterday we have been discussing the topic of limitation. That means whether it is barred by law or not. Whether barred by limitation or not. Section 9. The court will try all cases of all sorts of civil nature except barred by limitation. That is section 9. So the judgment will be given based on the question of fact. The decree will be given based on the question of law. In between, now we are going to get the interim order. Intermediate order is normally, if you want to prepare food for your relatives, suppose you may come to our house, you can't ask me, sir, wait for 15 minutes. He said, no, I am hungry. Ma, Petti, electric stove, induction stove already start chesta. That is not coffee, instant coffee. Normal filter coffee is like instant. So this is interim measure, is an instant measure. Before deciding the case, before deciding the merits of the case, if you are able to prove the case that irreparable loss or damage or harm will be caused, definitely the temporary measure. Don't go there. Don't do such things. Don't go and don't start. Don't continue the construction. Because irreparable loss. If you damage it, then lakhs of rupees will go. Then most of you are, I think, I can't say confused, but you are pronouncing the word prima facie. It's not prima facie, it's prima facie. Prima facie. P-R-I-M-A-F-A-C-A means on the face of it. On the prima facie. That means, suppose if I see the document prima, no, there should be some probity injury. I have to give some probity injury. The apparent reading of your claim, of course, it has to be supported by the so-called affidavit. You have to prove by means of affidavit. If I see the affidavit, I must come to the conclusion. Yes, this is a case where injunction orders have to be given. So that is prima facie. Then irreparable loss. Third one is okay. Prima facie balance of convenience. So we must see. The judge, even though it is a discretionary mechanism, discretionary power given to the judge, just like bails. Giving bail is also a discretionary power to the court. Likewise, giving injunction is also a discretionary power. Gone are the days before 1980s, I can say. People used to tell us, when I civil case wanted, okay sir, I will go to court to get injunction within no time whenever. But now, that process is not there. It is very difficult to get an injunction order because Rule 3 is coming in obstruction. Whenever you have to give an injunction order, you have to give notice to the third party. Of course, it's not mandatory. That's why I told you discretionary. But still, you have got another caveat that is called 140A. Suppose if somebody tries to get an injunction order urgently, if you know it, if you sent it normal, sent it, then you can go for the so-called 140 okay? Caveat is nothing but a request to the court not to take any haphazard or instant decision without giving me a chance. Of course, after giving you a chance, definitely the court can order for the injunction. And please remember, the ad interim injunction is the disposal of the suit, the mandatory injunction, the compelling that you should not interfere, compelling that you can construct like that. The temporary suit, temporary injunction may be converted as permanent injunction also. At the time of judgment, normally, you may be under the impression that at the time of judgment and decree will be given. At the same time, permanent injunction also will be given. That means the injunction will be perfect forever. That means why I am telling this is, suppose even though the judgment is there, what is happening? Why you are filing petition under Order 21 after the judgment? Why are you filing it? EP, execution petition. Even though the court gives the judgment, Even though the court gives the decree, but people will not abide by it. They don't care. The court says, yes, you have to pay 10.5 lakhs. But will he give immediately? He will not give. You have to file a petition called as execution petition under Article 21. So people are not that grateful, people are not abiding by the decisions of the court. Therefore, Order 21, which is containing a lengthy 106 rules, is necessary. But the time will go on. Therefore, an interlocutory method or a temporary method, a preventive method, a prohibitive method, a restrictive method, a remedial measure is there. That is called the so-called temporary injunction order. This temporary injunction order may be for some time, it may become perpetual also. According to section 94 clause C, which you have, I have told you in the beginning. So 94C says dealing with the supplementary proceedings. The court can give the so-called temporary injunction. Suppose if the court comes to the conclusion that the injunction order is given basing on the false representation, then definitely this will be imposed cost. Yesterday, Honorable Supreme Court of India, it has imposed costs of 50,000 or 5 lakhs. Cost of 5 lakhs on the Principal Secretary, Prisons Department, Mr. Rajesh Singh, for filing a false affidavit. While dealing with section 139 of the so-called CPC, that is 139 deals with what? 139 CPC deals with affidavit of identity. So affidavit is a sworn statement basing on your knowledge or basing the facts which are specially within your personal knowledge. That means, now giving the example of that Panchayat Raj Commissioner, Mr. Vijay Shankar, was the Panchayat Raj Commissioner. He was asked to file an affidavit. He sent it to through his some office superintendent. That was having some lacuna. When the judge got it down, he asked the office superintendent, and the office superintendent replied that, sir, I don't know anything. I was just asked them to hand over the affidavit. I did not do it. And the court said, ask Mr. Vijay Shankar, come to the court, personal appearance. Either you have to go or you have to send a person who is having special knowledge of it. But it is related to a GO. Kanigiri కేసు అది కనిగిరిలో కొంతమందికి ఏమంటారు మహాత్మా గాంధీ ఉపాధి పథకం
మహాత్మా నేషనల్ రూరల్ గ్రామీణ
అది విజిలెన్స్ ఎంక్వైరీ ఉందంటే విజిలెన్స్ ఎంక్వైరీ స్టే చేయడం చెప్పలేదు. దాని మీద కోర్టు గిరిజా శంకర్ గారిని కోరుకున్నాడు. కాబట్టి ఫాల్స్ అఫిడవిట్ అది కూడా వెయిట్. అందుకనే సపోర్టింగ్ అఫిడవిట్ ఇస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. రూల్ 1లోనే మీకు చెప్పారు. ఇలా చెప్తుంటే మళ్ళీ క్లాస్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి ఎనీవే ఐఎమ్ హ్యాపీ దట్ సెకండ్ టైమ్ ఆల్సో యూ హ్యావ్ పెర్ఫార్మ్డ్ వెరీ వెల్ అండ్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ యూ ఆర్ ప్రిపేర్డ్. ఐ హ్యావ్ టు థ్యాంక్ మిస్టర్ అనిల్ కుమార్, కామేశ్వరరావు, ఆదిలక్ష్మి. మొదట్లో చెప్తున్న పేరు బాగా చెప్పినాడు. అదే మర్చిపోయారు. రాగలేదు కాకుండా ముందట్లు వచ్చిందండి, వెళ్ళిపోయింది.